Hi there.
Hi, and welcome to the Nightmare. I'm Tay.
I'm Binks. And wait, we didn't even say that.
We didn't do that on the last one.
Oops. You know what? We mentioned we were on some fuck shit, so
we are still on some fuck shit.
Because it's the same day.
Yeah, like 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes.
Yeah. I don't even know how long the last recorded.
I don't either.
You know what? We're here.
Yeah. We exist.
Hi. How's your day?
It is a good day to like cuddle up on the couch and listen to a podcast.
It is.
Or watch it on our YouTube channel.
Or, just do anything that involves us.
Right. Let us be the main characters in your day.
Oh, I feel so bad for them. Look, if we are ever the main characters in someone's day.
We're the main characters in people's day, like every day at work, right? We entertain.
We are just main characters, period.
We are. We really are.
And then people get mad at me when I don't know the names of the background characters. No, someone be like, oh, so-and-so. I'm like, who? Oh, so-and-so. Who?
You know the tall guy with the thing and that. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that person.
Honestly, I don't learn their name until they've been there for 6 months. And usually I'm too deep in to ask what their name is. Yeah. So I just have to wait for somebody else to say it. And then you get the situation with Alan/Alex.
Who?
The guy that worked between me up on the platform with me.
Oh!
The one that like messed up his knee and hasn't been there in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. His real name is Alex. We had been calling him Alan for 6 months.
He didn't correct
He did not correct us. So.
You know what?
That's on him.
It really is.
All right.
I am so far winning.
All right. You know what? There we go. There's mine.
You are not going to start.
Am I going to start tallying on this one so my husband doesn't have to do it? Yes.
Oh, no. I already told him that he was going to have to do it.
He's going to have to do it on the last one. So.
So you got
it.
You ready?
Are you ready?
No, but given where your microphone is at, I'm going to be winning this.
Shut up. Let me move the flame over there. All right.
I'm ready. Are you
ready? Okay. This is a big case.
Okay.
A lot of people have heard about it.
You mentioned it a little bit.
I mentioned it a little bit. The thing is a lot of people have heard about it, but what they know is wrong. So I'm going to take you back to the first time I heard about it. All right.
Ooh, a little antidote.
So in 1999, there was a movie released written by Troy Duffy. It was called Boondock Saints.
I have never seen it.
You really need to watch it.
I need to watch a lot
of stuff. It is a cult classic because it was released in theaters and then very quickly pulled because of events in April of 1999 that I will eventually cover. So basically Columbine happened and a movie about vigilante justice was not what needed to be in theaters.
Yeah.
But it had an amazing cast. Mm-hmm. You had Sean Patrick Flanery, Norman Reedus, before the Daryl Dixon days.
Well, I kind of want to see what he looked like before the Daryl Dixon days.
Yeah. Watch Blade. He was in that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Willem Dafoe as a gay FBI agent who dresses in drag. Oh, no, like he's like the straightest gay man you'll ever see. He does have one little like alluded to love scene. It's fantastic. You got to watch it. Billy Connolly and David DeLaRocco. Funniest part is David DeLaRocco's character is named David DeLaRocco. And they call him Rocco.
Okay, now that you say that, I just get like the clip from Elmo like hating on a fucking rock. Rocco. And then this Elmo just...
Anyway. So, this movie, and I didn't see it until, I think it had been out a couple of years. before I got to see it. And my friend group at the time, we were all,
You had friends?
I had friends. Yes. Late teens, early 20s. It was actually suggested to me by a coworker who was my age that I am now. He was like, you guys got to watch this movie. It's great. And it turned into a tradition for several years that on St. Patrick's Day, we would go and buy beer and sit in my living room and watch this movie. Anytime somebody hadn't seen it, dude, we're fucking watching it. All right. So, Boondock Saints is the story of twin brothers, Connor and Murphy McManus. And the relevance to this case is really like the first 5 minutes, if that. But it sets up the whole storyline. So I want you to close your eyes and just listen. Your eyes are open. I need you to close them.
I know.
Just listen to my descriptions.
Very relaxing.
Right. All right. So we open South Boston, St. Patrick's Day. Billy Connolly's doing a lovely voiceover. It sounds like a prayer. I believe it is part of the prayer they use. And it pans to a church.
Look, I just got Madonna stuck in my head.
Oh my God.
It's like a little prayer down on my knee.
Okay. So it pans to a Catholic church.
Still not getting the Madonna out of my head.
That's okay, because you'll see why it still works. And the priest is doing Our Father, who art in heaven, prayer.
Yeah.
And it's panning over the audience, or the congregation. Sorry. I mean, Catholicism really is a show. And as the Monsignor gets up to give his sermon and thanks this young priest for driving all the way across town to be with them this morning.
Oh my God, across town.
Right. Every time I hear that, thank you for coming all the way from across town. And I'm like, I understand it's Boston,
But come on.
I drive across town to go see my mom. So
I'll drive across town to go to work.
you drive across town to come see me. So as the Monsignor begins his sermon, the camera goes to two men kneeling in prayer. Now you see why Madonna works. They are dressed in identical black pea coats, black t-shirts, blue jeans. They have matching tattoos. And as the Monsignor speaks, you see these two gentlemen get up, walk up to the altar, and the Monsignor starts speaking about the murder of Kitty Genovese. And as he speaks, he goes on to say how, many witnessed her stabbing and her murder, and her murderer was walking away, and that no one called the police, and that this happened in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's doing this, you've got the brothers are kissing the feet of Jesus on the crucifix, crossing themselves, and walking out of the church. And the last line you get from the Monsignor is, "We must all fear evil men, but there is another kind of evil which we must fear most, and that is the indifference of good men." And as they step out into the daylight, in perfect sync, light their cigarettes.
Can I open my eyes now?
Yeah, you can open your eyes now.
Like, I was like, kind of like, just like,
I'm trying to
Okay, I
remember
did
which
mine.
brother said it.
okay, I did hit mine, so
Yours? Okay. Hang on, I gotta move my Post-it over here to my right hand.
you were about to hit it again, weren't you?
No. So, this is the first time I've heard about it, right?
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, I hear a podcast about it. And basically, everything that is known is wrong.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you about Catherine Kitty Genovese, who was like a badass boss bitch.
We love
Okay.
badass boss
I
bitches.
love a good badass boss bitch. So, she went by Kitty. She was born in Brooklyn, New York.
How come I feel like anyone who like goes by Kitty is like secretly like a boss bitch and like so? Because like Kitty Foreman from like
Right. And every time I would write Kitty, I kept thinking about her. So she was born in Brooklyn, New York, July 7th, 1935. She was the oldest of Vincent and Rachel Genovese's 5 children.
okay,
In high school at Prospect Heights High, she was voted the class cut up,
what is that?
class clown. It was 1953. I know the lingo's off for you. And so she graduates in 1953. She's 18. She's an adult.
Yeah,
And shortly after she graduated, her mother actually witnessed a murder out on the street. It was like, pack your shit, we're leaving. And she and Vincent moved 4 of their 5 children to New Canaan, Connecticut. Or New Canaan, sorry. But Kitty stayed in New York because she's grown. And she was very briefly married during this time, too.
mm.
Brief marriage. Don't even know his name.
It's like, oh hey, and you're gone.
Right. So she's working in New York, starts out working as a secretary at an insurance company, and ends up working nights at a bar called Ev's 11th Hour. Now, Kitty thrives there because she is a cut up. She's, very sociable, very extroverted,
Yeah,
and a good personality characteristics to have as a bartender.
yeah.
She wasn't exactly friends with everybody, but
like,
she was friendly. Everybody
she can
loved
get-
being around
She
her.
can get along with people.
Right. So Kitty, like I said, she's thriving at this job. Starts out as a bartender and ends up as the manager running this
good
bar.
for her.
Right? Like I said, she's being a badass. All right. Now,
Especially like in the 50s.
yeah,
Yeah.
50s into the 60s. Now, in 1963, so 10 years later, she's 28. And I want to preface this. This is pre-Stonewall in.
Mm.
Okay. So Kitty's got a secret. And
Is it her roommate?
yes, her roommate. Well, in March of 1963, she meets Marianne Zolanko at a nightclub in the Greenwich Village.
Ooh.
And they fall madly in love.
Oh, good for her.
Kitty would take Marianne to Connecticut to see her family, and it was all, this is Kitty's friend. This is Kitty's roommate. Marianne would later say, like, her family knew, but they did not acknowledge.
You know how
Very 1960s. Now, see, another thing is because this was pre-Stonewall.
yeah.
And someday I am going to cover the Stonewall in.
And I am definitely going to be here for it.
Right. And we will be covering Marsha P. Johnson.
We're going to be covering.
Because I swear to God, the courthouse, as soon as I figure out where I got to go to buy one, there will be a brick in front of our local courthouse, Marsha P. Johnson. So I encourage anybody to do that. If you're able somewhere that does like commemorative bricks and stuff, and you are an ally,
Marsha P. Johnson.
Marsha P. Johnson.
Look. The fucking whole like pride and
That was started with Stonewall.
it started with
Mrs. Stonewall.
and it was built off the back of trans people and especially like trans women of color.
Mhm.
And don't you ever fucking forget that.
Right. And I love, how I am.
Yeah.
I love everybody unless you give me a reason not to. So, the couple's madly in love.
Yeah.
Marianne is a self-proclaimed introvert, very quiet, very shy. Kitty's an extrovert. But Kitty's got dreams.
So like a black cat, golden retriever kind of.
Kind of. But they balanced each other.
Yeah.
Right? As all good relationships do, you have to have that balance.
As all things should be.
So Kitty had dreams, right? She eventually wants to own her own, I believe, Italian restaurant. And she's telling Marianne, like, girl, you're a fantastic artist. Pursue that dream. We're going to live our dreams
I don't
together.
know why. This seems like a quintessential, like, lesbian couple.
Right. Well, they end up moving into a second floor apartment in Kew Gardens, Queens. And this area is known to be safe.
Yeah.
You know, and they start building their life together. And I remember, if I remember correctly, because for the life of me, my phone hated me the last 2 weeks while I was trying to research this. And I was trying to listen to the morbid coverage of Kitty. It would not download.
Aw.
For nothing. Like, I would be at home, download it, get to work. It would not be there. I'm pissy. I don't know what my phone's doing, but whatever.
Find it.
I'm about to.
Also, when did you actually settle on this? Because I knew, like, at the beginning of the week, you were still trying to figure...
I mean, like, I wanted to do a lot more research.
Yeah.
There's books that were written that I want to read. Yeah, because I want to read these. And this. I ain't got time for that right now.
That's why I do audiobooks.
Well, I can go to the library and pick up the book. I prefer an actual book.
Yeah, but
you know me.
But you also know me.
Right. So, you know, if I'm remembering correctly, because it has been a while since I was actually able to listen to their, you know, coverage of it. And Marianne would sit up in their apartment and paint, and Kitty would sit there drinking a cup of, you know, tea or coffee and reading a book.
Like, honestly, that just
Like,
sounds,
that's how they would spend their time together.
That just sounds so peaceful.
It does, right? So they move into these apartments, and I actually found a picture of the apartment building today, and it is adorable.
Like, what are we talking about?
Like, hang on, because I found it right before you got here.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. Oh, that is fucking cute.
Great. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't.
We can have Mike, like, edit in a picture.
Yeah, I'll send that to Mike. But yes, like, you know, adorable little apartment building.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, they started building their life together, which at the time, being queer was still illegal.
Yeah.
You know, cops are busting up bars. If they thought it was a gay bar, they're busting it up. Kitty's, they're still encouraging each other. They're still, you know, madly in love.
Yeah.
And they got a year together. Almost exactly 1 year. Because on March 13th of 1964, Kitty worked the closing shift at Ev's. Marianne had gone out bowling with her friends. And, you know, Kitty was supposed to come back in the morning and open.
Yeah.
So she shuts down the bar at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Closes up, goes out and gets in her red Fiat, drives home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's sitting at a stoplight, and she is spotted by a man in a white Chevy Corvair. Kitty does not see him. So she drives home.
The man follows us.
The man follows her.
Mm.
She pulls into the parking lot of Long Island Rail Station, because that was the parking lot for her building.
Yeah.
This point's about 3:15 in the morning. Are you noticing the time discrepancy between what old Monsignor said and...
What time?
Broad daylight is what the Monsignor says, telling this story, right?
Yeah.
3:15 in the morning. 3:15 in the morning, what are you doing?
I'm dead ass asleep. Well,
unless we've had our wake up at the witch's hour.
Yeah.
We're asleep.
For the most part.
General population is going to be asleep at 3:15 in the morning.
I always get woken up like sometime around 3 o'clock in the morning.
So, Kitty parks.
Yeah.
In this lot.
Oh, you're talking about Monsignor from like the movie?
The movie, yeah.
I was like, okay, when did a Monsignor get
the Monsignor from the movie in broad daylight. People watched as she was murdered. Yeah, no. Wrong.
You'll get more into it.
I'm going to get more into it. And unfortunately, I am so pissed, but I apparently have got to get a subscription to the New York Times.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it. I did find an LA Times article, though, for free. Anyway, so about 3:15 in the morning, she parks,
Yeah.
gets out of her Fiat, her little red sports car, because, she's a boss bitch.
We love that for her.
We love that for her. She actually, at one point, and I forgot to put this in my notes, and I just remembered it, Kitty got arrested
For
being a bookie.
a bookie.
She was taking bets at the bar she was working at. Got arrested. So when they were like publishing her picture, the newspapers were using her mugshot
Nice.
instead of like a picture provided by her family. They used her mugshot and they cropped out the, Queens fucking police department. So here's the thing. This is a safe neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
She's lived here for a little bit. She's made some friends in the neighborhood. And the parking lot is 100 feet from her building.
Ain't far at all.
No, not at all. She should be safe. She's done this dozens of times. Coming home late at night, walking to her building, no problems.
Yeah.
Well, the man in the white Chevy Corvair was a shitbag by the name of Winston Mosley. He parks his car at the corner, gets out, armed with a large hunting knife, and starts approaching Kitty. Kitty starts running. Unfortunately, he did catch her. And in the middle of the street, he stabbed her twice in the back. At that point, Kitty screams out, "Oh my God, he stabbed me. Help me." And this commotion actually woke up multiple neighbors in not just her building, but adjacent buildings. Now, a couple of them were like, looked out the windows like, it's a domestic. We don't touch that. They probably got into a fight at the bar. It's late, whatever. But one man by the name of Robert Moser opens his window, leans out and shouts, "Let that girl alone." Scares Mosley away. Mosley runs back to his car, hops in, drives off. And Kitty, who is gravely injured, manages to drag herself into the rear door of her apartment building and starts calling out for her neighbor, Carl Ross, because she's very close to his apartment door.
Yeah.
Carl Ross is a punk ass bitch.
Oh, what'd he do?
So like they're friends, they're neighbors, and he's also a gay man.
Yeah.
So they got like the whole community thing going, right?
Yeah.
He is, and this came from Marianne, scared of everything. Was often scared to leave his apartment.
So kind of like a agoraphobe?
Not necessarily an agoraphobe. He was very mistrustful of the police, which at that time, fully understand.
At this time.
At this time, right. So she's yelling for Carl for help.
Yeah.
Because he's the closest friend. And I literally put in my notes, and he's a bitch. Because Carl opens his door multiple times, sees Kitty, even apparently opens his door again when Mosley comes back. So after Robert Moser had yelled at him, Mosley, runs, gets in his car, leaves.
Yeah.
He comes back 10 minutes later. Originally, he had a hat on. When he comes back, he's put on a different hat. And of course, it's a 10-minute time span. He then proceeds to start walking down the street looking for open doors. Apartment building, storefronts, whatever. Yeah. And he finds Kitty. And in the stairwell, just feet outside of Carl Ross's door. And according to Mosley, that door opened at least once while he was stabbing, raping, and robbing Kitty Genovese.
That punk ass bitch.
Right. Carl Ross called his friend who lived in a different county. Hey, man, this is going on. What should I do? Call the cops. He's not going to call the cops himself. So he climbs out his window up the fire escape to another apartment and wakes that neighbor up, tells them what's going on. They run to the apartment of Sophia Ferrer, who is one of Kitty's very good friends in the building.
Yeah.
Sophia was a stay-at-home mom. They would meet up and have toast and coffee in the mornings.
Yeah.
Like they had their little girl, chats, always had their apartment doors open for each other. They could literally just walk in and be like, bitch, get this shit. Great friends. So this neighbor goes and gets Sophia, tells her Kitty's being attacked. Sophia wakes up her husband, call the police. Her and this woman run downstairs. At this point, Mosley's gone. And Sophia has to force the door open because Kitty's in front of it. The door was locked from the outside. She forces the door open, scoops Kitty into her lap and is holding her, telling her help is on the way. And waited there and held her until the ambulance gets there. So, like I said, I refer to her as a real one. Because, I know I hit that.
No, I'm not even talking about that. What were their names? Sophia and
the other woman, I could not find her name.
No, they
were the real, those are women. That's a woman's woman right there.
No, but the whole Ross, that's his name?
Carl Ross. Carl with a K. Yeah. Oh, he's not done.
He's not done.
He's not done in this. So while all of this is going, 35 minutes, 2 separate locations of this attack. A 10-minute window where she was able to get to relative safety, right? Now, you had people from the apartment across the street that called after the first attack.
Yeah.
You had a neighbor in her building call that wasn't, dealing with Carl.
Yeah.
Then you had Sophia's husband. So at least 3 calls went out.
Yeah. There could be more. But...
There could be more, could be less. The problem is in 1964, to call the police, if you didn't have the number memorized, the precinct, number memorized.
Not just 911.
Not just 911 did not exist.
When did it exist?
I've got that in my notes. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
So, you had to literally go get your phone book, look up your precinct's phone number, call in, get the receptionist, dispatcher, whatever, tell them what's going on. And if all you're doing is hearing, or you just kind of see it, but you can't see that this man's just stabbed the shit out this woman in the street.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, it looks like, there's a couple out here arguing, they're fighting, whatever. So once the call was, the call that got through of this woman has been stabbed, she's bleeding out in the stairwell, the police were there within minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sadly, Kitty passed away in the ambulance.
All I could think when he said is,
"Oh my God, you killed Kitty!" Yeah. Yeah.
No, I feel bad for Kitty, but
at the same time. So.
But no, that's just fucking tragic.
Right. And it really is. So.
No, and Carl, he knew that Fuck Carl. He knew that his friend was stabbed.
Right. But he was being very selfish in his behavior.
Yeah.
Which at times I can kind of get.
But this time...
he literally was thinking about his own safety as a gay man in New York where it's illegal to be gay. But at the same time, you're watching your friend
bleed out and die,
being raped and murdered feet from your front door.
And you opened the door
and looked.
And looked.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
Fuck Carl.
fuck all.
But, based on wounds to Kitty's arms and hands, she put up a hell of a fight. She was not going to go down without fighting. So, as I said, several calls were made to the police reporting the attack in the various stages.
And didn't Carl see it before?
Carl
she came in?
potentially, no, Carl didn't see it before, but he potentially saw her right before Mosley found her again.
And couldn't got her inside his own.
Didn't. He had the opportunity to help and didn't. And even her baby brother, who she was very, very close with, his name is Bill, we'll talk about him in a little bit, said he could have saved my sister's life. So witnesses saw Mosley flee the scene in a white Chevy. Okay. Now, Marianne was woken up at 4 a.m. by the police, notifying her that her roommate had been murdered and they needed her to go ID the body. So she does. Absolute devastated. So by 7 a.m., when Detective Mitchell Sang shows up to question Marianne, she is fucking hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Because Carl came to console her and brought booze.
Fuck Carl.
I mean, I get it. But while he's trying to question Marianne and get information, anything that could be pertinent to this case, Carl is interrupting. He's being very intrusive. So they ended up arresting Carl for disorderly conduct. And he was one of the original main suspects because she was murdered just outside his door.
Wait, what do you mean by being intrusive?
He was very combative. They weren't even talking to him. They were talking to Marianne. He's there to comfort his friend after, her partner has been murdered, which he saw and did nothing.
Yeah.
Other than going to other women.
I assume he kind of left it out while he told.
I have no idea. But he's there consoling her with booze. And the cops trying to ask her questions.
Trying to solve this.
Okay, is there anyone,
But he can't get past his own shit.
Carl keeps interrupting.
Yeah.
Carl keeps injecting himself in his bullshit. So he gets arrested for disorderly conduct.
As he should.
And becomes number one suspect. Okay. Now, hours later, and this is exactly how I wrote this. Hours later, homicide dicks. Detectives. That's what they were called.
Yeah.
John Carroll and Jerry Burns show up and interrogate Marianne for 6 hours. Because at that point, it got out that they weren't just roommates.
They were very special friends.
Very special friends. So they interrogated her for 6 hours, focusing on their sex life. Very inappropriate questioning.
Right? Yeah.
So, at this point, even the neighbors said that when they were, questioning anybody see anything, there was a preoccupation with the gay lifestyle. Yeah. So, good news is, very quickly, Winston Mosley was arrested on a burglary charge. He was caught, this time in broad daylight, helping the homeowner move while they weren't home, and loading a television into his white Chevy Corvair. So the arresting officer was like, white Chevy, that matches this homicide.
Yeah.
And calls in, the dicks, Carol and Burns again. Mosley confesses, not only to the murder of Kitty Genovese, but 2 more. He had brutally raped and murdered a teenage girl in her bedroom, down the hall from her sleeping parents. and he had raped a wife and mother in her living room, stabbing her and setting the house on fire.
Oh, shit.
Husband and kids survived.
She did it.
She did not. So he ended up dying in prison in 2016. So fuck him.
Fuck them all the way to hell.
Fuck all of them. So this is where we get into the second half of this. Okay? Because I didn't want to spend a lot of time on Mosley. Because he's a piece of shit. And everybody's like, but he had a wife and kids.
Fuck
him.
that. Also,
and
fuck him, fuck Carl.
And like his...
Wait, was it his name Carl?
Carl. Fuck Carl.
Like, honestly, so many... Like, Sophia and that one other
Sophia
woman,
and the other lady...
They did what they
They're the
could.
real ones.
They're the real ones. Even Sophia's husband,
like even, Robert Moser yelling at him.
Yeah.
It's going to take him a minute to get out of his apartment and down to the street. You don't really know what's going on. Be like, hey,
get your ass.
Dad voice, right? So.
But the police failed her.
Police failed her.
The so-called friend.
Well, the police let their prejudice sidetrack them.
Yeah.
But Kitty was buried by her family in New Canaan, Connecticut.
Okay.
And they weren't given a lot of answers. Just over 2 weeks after her death, the New York Times ran the headline, and this is a snippet of the headline, 37 who saw murder didn't call the police, apathy at stabbing. This was written by Martin Gansberg, a well-respected reporter, journalist, like award-winning journalist. And it's the fucking New York Times. Okay. Now he goes on to, in this article, to contradict the title where he says 37 witnesses to 38. All of the details were heavily exaggerated and distorted. And essentially what happened is one was quoted, yeah, I heard it, but I didn't care or whatever. So the thing is that a small number of people actually witnessed visually what happened.
Yeah.
Another small amount heard what was happening. And most of them did not know it was an actual murder.
Yeah.
For the time period, you're not going to step in between a man correcting his woman.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And also, it was 3:15 in the fucking morning.
Most people are going to be dead
up asleep.
And, for me at least, whenever I'm asleep, I stay asleep no matter what loud noise.
I mean, I can sleep through just about anything but the fan cutting off.
Oh, and
you want to see me and Mike both snap awake quick, let the power go out and that fan go off.
No, I can sleep through that. I can't sleep through it. That automatic sound from, your animals? That.
Yeah.
And you're just like, nope.
Yeah. So, and now, side quest, real quick. About 10 years ago.
Okay.
I worked third shift, so I worked overnight.
Yeah.
I'd get home by 7 in the morning.
Is this before or after you had your...
After.
Okay.
She was baby. It was right at... Actually, she had just turned 1.
Oh.
So, yeah, 10 years ago. She'll be 11 in a couple of weeks.
Oh, shit.
Michael worked second shift. I worked thirds. So I'd come home, get cleaned up, take care of her for a little bit until she fall back asleep. Then I'd go to bed. Well, I woke up one morning at 10:30 to my now husband, because we weren't married yet, busting into our bedroom, yelling at me to call 911, somebody has broken into my truck. I got up, grabbed my phone, and I mean dead asleep. Grabbed my phone, throw on some pants, because I was sleeping in a t-shirt, and go to the front door following him. Because he has already grabbed his firearm from the nightstand is barefooted in pajama pants, chasing this motherfucker through our yard.
Michael's standing on business.
Michael is standing on business. One thing I didn't grab, and like I'm on the phone with 911 watching this from my front door because I'm not going to leave my child alone. And I tell them, white male, late 40s, early 50s, grayish brown hair, camo jacket, jeans, brown work boots. He's currently hiding behind my neighbor's house. Cops come, everything. I forgot to put my glasses on.
So you're like,
No, I nailed every fucking detail.
despite being blind.
Despite being blind. And having literally been shocked awake. That's my superpower. Now, my husband did, chase this guy onto the neighbor's property, which said no trespassing, posted signs. Sadly, he did not get a no trespassing charge. That would have been great. But when the cops showed up, Mike tells him where they're at. He's like, hey, I want to go in my house and put some clothes on. Because he really was in pajama pants.
Yeah.
No shirt, nothing. No shoes. Neighbor comes out because all the cops are like at the end of his driveway. What's going on? And they, Mike tells him what's going on. He's like, all right, cool. Walks in his house, comes back out with his holster and his revolver on his hip. And the cops are like dealing with Mike, over at our house, all of this stuff. And the motherfucker comes out of the bushes. And the neighbor draws on his ass. And holds him there at gunpoint until the cops come back and just come back over. And like literally yells out, hey, I got him. The detective, complimented me on being able to give that detailed of a description. Guy got 1129. And, so it can happen that you can give accurate information.
Yeah.
I'm also a very detail-oriented person. So for me, it's easy. But I will tell you, by the time I made it into work at 10 o'clock that night, my husband went from chasing this man with a loaded pistol in his plaid pajama pants to a bustier spiked heels and a ball gag.
What?
Yeah. We worked in the same factory. So as the story got retold, Mike's like, yeah, I was in my pajamas. I was like, oh, so you had on your spiked heels and your ball gag? Blue collar men are gayer than gay men.
Oh, yeah.
100%. So
yeah.
It's hilarious to watch. But yeah, that's by the time I got into work that night.
Nah, they're gayer than I am. I'm just sitting there like.
But yeah, Mike said when he happened to look out the window of our front door, the guy had already gone through his truck and was looking at my car. And there was a giant rock next to where I parked my car at that house. And all he had to do was pick it up and bash, fucking shatter a window. Mike learned to lock his doors after that. It took me a little bit to break him of leaving the keys in the ignition. Country boy.
Look, no, I understand country boy, but at the same time, I just find that
he didn't grow up like I did. So back to our main story. So like it can happen. You can get information. You can get details.
Yeah.
Some people will, some people won't. Some people are going to want to become involved.
Yeah.
Because it's in their nature. I've said it before.
Hi. We're nosy.
Hi, I'm nosy, but also part of ADHD is injustice, something or other. So you're
strong sense of justice?
Yeah, super strong sense of justice. Like, you cannot stand to see someone treated unfairly, things like that. So, Mr. Rogers said, well, his mother said, actually, Mama Rogers, and this is paraphrased down to look for the helpers. So when things are going wrong, when there's a disaster or, whatever, look for the people who are helping.
Yeah.
Focus on the good. Michael and I are helpers. Michael and I instant, we're jumping in to help.
Yeah.
I've literally had to chase him down through the yard of that same house because we'd heard a motorcycle wreck. Motorcycle T-boned an SUV. Dude got up and walked away. I've got the video.
At least
because we ended up having to give that to the guy for insurance and for the police.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a sketchy neighborhood. I mean, the truck had already been broken into. So we had a security camera and we caught the whole thing. He and I were in the backyard, doing yard work, and we heard it. And by the time I made it to the fence, he was already at the street, turning around yelling, "Call 911. I'm on the phone with 911. That's my job. And then while we were waiting for the ambulance to get there and everything, I ran and grabbed our first aid kit, and the bike behind him was his parents. And his mama came up off that bike before it was stopped. So I was like, "Your mama, cool. Here's the first aid kit. I'll let you tend your baby. I know he's like 45, but that's your baby. I get it." And we hung out with him until everybody with the trailer came to get the bike. 2 hours sitting in our front yard in the shade. But anyway, so there's people out there. This will happen. Yeah. So even though Gansberg's article was bullshit, the Genovese family believed it. A lot of people believed it. Because why would the New York Times publish something that wasn't right? Respected newspaper, respected journalist. Why would they publish false information? So really and truly, Vincent and Rachel Genovese did not talk about their daughter's murder. Their remaining children didn't talk about it. Nobody dealt with their grief properly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, even though this article had grossly inaccurate information.
Yeah. People believed it.
People believed it. And it went on to shape social psychology, pop culture, and actually influenced the creation of 911.
Wait, like, you mean our show that...
No, the 911 emergency system.
Hi, I'm stupid. No, I'm smart, but I'm also stupid at the same time.
I'm going to need just a moment. Because you literally they couldn't just call 911.
I completely forgot that.
I know my side quest took a minute. But,
yeah, and
I was like, don't worry, it's in my notes.
Oh, and then as you were talking, boop,
gone.
I forgot everything.
The birds took it.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
So, for those of you who knew what I was talking about, unlike my co-host.
Oh, fuck off.
The 911 emergency system was created in 1968. It was commissioned by Lyndon B. Johnson as a unified way to get emergency services. So it was 1968. It started, 4 years after Kitty's murder. In the 1980s, they added where the caller's, landline number and location would pop up on the displays for the operators. Very much helping narrow down locations.
Yeah.
In 1999, the Wireless Communication and Public Safety Act mandated that all cell phones be equipped with GPS and tracking. So that once again, you can pinpoint where the person's calling from.
Yeah.
And also if, say somebody's kidnapped, they've got a cell phone, it's on, you can track their phone.
Yeah.
And now, like present day, we've got what they're calling next generation 911, which accepts digital data, pictures, text messages, or basically you can drop a pin straight to the 911 operators and they can get to you even faster if possible. So like we genuinely, although this badass woman lost her life because of these events and because of this bullshit article, we now have something that everyone in the United States uses.
Yeah.
And 911 was selected because it was easy to remember and easy to dial on a rotary phone.
Yeah.
Because you literally go 911. Yeah, so like I said, shit sucks, but
I'm still hung up on the fact that I thought
that
about the
you're
TV
an idiot.
show.
Yeah.
You know what? You're not that much better than me.
Yeah, debatable right now.
Yeah, fuck
So
off.
anyway, because of this article, and it was called the bystander apathy or bystander effect.
Yeah.
Usually, there were actually lab experiments done by psychologists John Darley and Bib Latane. Hopefully I didn't fuck
I
that
believe
up.
in you.
Bib is the first name. Bibb.
Bib.
Yeah. Latane.
Latane.
That's an A. I don't know. There's a little line over the E. Basically, they did all of these experiments. And it would be something simple like, hey, we're going to give you this test or like this questionnaire. You fill this out. We're going to step out of the room. And if it's one person in the room and they're filling it out in a couple minutes and they pump smoke into the room. So like it's a situation, something's going on. And they would do that with one person, or they would do it with 2 or 4 or 5, whatever. And they noticed that if it was a single person in the room, within like 5-10 seconds of the smoke entering the room, they would kind of raise an alarm.
Yeah.
Like open the door, hey, whatever. If there was more, 2 or more people in there, 20 to 30 seconds. And basically it was kind of hive mind of somebody will say something.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the one to do it. Right. But they did find out that in like serious emergencies, people reacted very quickly. So, seeing a car accident, seeing,
Yeah.
someone in distress, even if they're surrounded like a group of people, a large number of people, they're jumping in to help almost immediately. Their brains are quickly assessing this is emergency and help.
Yeah.
And it was also affected by whether or not there was a male in the group. Apparently only men can jump in and save somebody, but we have already discussed that with Carl Ross and fuck him.
He can.
He did let the neighbor know. That's the only good thing. He let the neighbor know. That was it. So you can actually take courses online on how to overcome the bystander effect. Am I boring you?
No, it's not that.
I know it's nap time.
It's nap time for both of us.
So
it doesn't help the fact that like we had a big brunch.
We had a very big brunch.
Yeah.
So basically, here's a couple of examples on what to do.
Okay.
But you can take like a full course. I cannot remember. Like you can look it up and they'll have like a full course.
Okay.
But it's basically a personalized request. Like, hey, white shirt, call the cops. Reduce ambiguity. Yelling out, raised voice. Everything going all right? Everything okay? Draws, especially in a situation like Kitty's, draws attention away from the victim. And it's also breaking that, social silence, as they call it, and assuming a total responsibility. Basically going in, you act like the boss, you become the boss.
Yeah.
And just start telling people what the fuck to do. And it's...
Because if there's no one to take charge, people tend to
not do shit.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done.
Like, I am sorry. Like, I am truly
You're
not,
fine.
You are not boring me.
You're
I am
fine.
interested. We both are tired.
I know. It's rainy. We're tired. So Kitty's youngest brother, Bill, would go on to actually create a documentary called The Witness in the early 2000s, I believe. Because despite their age gap, because she's the oldest, he was the youngest. There was like a 12-year age gap. So he was, I want to say like 16 when she died. They were like peas in a pod, close as fuck, siblings. And he wanted some answers, especially after it come out that a lot of the things
that they
had believed or that had been in that article
turned out to
were
be
wrong.
Yeah.
So he literally went back to the apartment building and watched a reenactment of his sister's murder. He spoke to Sophia. He had never heard of her. As far as his family knew, Kitty had died in that stairwell alone. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not the only one that believes it, is that had the Genovese family been given this information, Bill Genovese's life would have turned out completely different. Because he basically became the guy that I have to act. I have to save somebody because nobody saved my sister. So he joined the Marines. He went to Vietnam. He is a double amputee in a wheelchair. And all because of his sister's murder and the false information the family had been given. He would not have felt like he had to put himself in danger to save someone else. He actually spoke to one of Winston Moseley's sons, who's a minister. Good for him. Of course, Moseley's son does not believe his father did it because the father's confessed, he's convicted. But then he's telling the son, no, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. And you got that, this is my dad versus this is, what the police are saying. And because Winston Moseley was a black man in the 60s, even though it's New York, I can see nobody trusted the cops. Right. But yeah, Bill went through and he did this whole documentary. I wasn't able to watch it because I did decide to do this kind of last minute.
Where can we find it on? I
will look it up because I didn't even get to that point. It's called The Witness. And he goes and he stands in that stairwell where Sophia held his sister and looks at Carl Ross's door and says, he could have saved my sister. He could have saved her life.
Are you sure it's The Witness? Because
I think so. Yeah, The Witness.
When did it come out?
2015.
Okay, looks like you can find it on YouTube. Amazon.
Possibly Netflix, Apple TV, PBS Independent Lens. So yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it. I'm going to watch it as soon as I can. But we do have another character in here that I want to talk about just briefly. Marianne. Because she definitely gets forgotten in this story.
Yeah.
So Marianne actually went on to live a very long life. She died at the age of 85 on April 3rd, 2024. It was like she died on my birthday. Because, I don't have a birthday like you.
Yeah.
But she went on and she was working for a company that designed and built submarines.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
She was good at carving and painting and drawing, very artistically talented woman. And when she died, her and her partner had been together for 24 years. So she did go on and was able to
love
again and live, a good life. But in 2016, she was interviewed and asked about how she felt. And I'm going to have to hold this up because I wrote in cursive and it's a little dark in here.
Do you need to put it by candlelight?
No. I wrote in cursive, therefore it's a little messy even for me.
Oh, let me try.
No, I can read it. I know what it says.
I want to read it right now.
You want to read it? All right, you read my first quote from Marianne.
After the...
No, that's the top.
Oh.
The top paragraph is a quote from her.
I was very numb, I would say. Okay.
Yeah, you can't read my handwriting. We've established this. A long time ago. Poor Vincent.
Poor Vincent. That's a different story.
Really whole different story. I was very numb, I would say, from the whole thing. I felt, wow, she was so close, and I was sleeping, and I didn't know what happened, and that I could have saved her. You know, that's what I really think still.
She think that she could have saved
She could
her.
have saved her. She feels like if she had been awake, she could have saved her. And
That's just like the survivor's guilt. Like,
right. And, after losing Kitty and, hours of interrogation about shit that had nothing to do with the murder. And, the article comes out and basically having to grieve in private. She kind of like Bill felt like you've got to help. You've got to be the helper. Right. Yeah. So not really sure how long after Kitty's death, but Marianne was driving home from work one night and she sees a man hit a woman on the sidewalk, like they're fighting. Pulls her car over, jumps out, asks the woman, "Do you need help?" And the woman runs and jumps in her car. And this is her quote. She says, "I drove her home, but never saw her again. I could have just driven by that night, but I said, I'll take the chance." And that is the story of Kitty Genovese and the bystander effect, which is partially bullshit, but not complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
Carl definitely failed her.
mm-hmm.
The police failed her not like in a way like in previous. Wait, which case were we talking about where like the police completely dropped the ball? It was one of the cases that we talked about. You can't remember either.
Oh, are we talking about the one where they waited an entire week to get any security footage from around?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Justin Cummings.
They didn't fail her in that way, but they did fail in
because they lost their focus.
They lost their focus. And
because I can genuinely see these two pricks questioning her about lesbian sex.
Yeah.
And being disgusting about it.
Yeah. I still want to beat the shit out of Carl.
Oh yeah, fuck Carl.
Fuck Carl.
And literally Marianne said, she's like, he was scared of everything. So, and in reality, he could have been agoraphobic. But in one of the sources I found, they had actually met him when they moved in and he helped carry their couch upstairs. So he would leave his apartment.
So he's not completely agoraphobic?
But he was anything involving the police, helping someone, he was out. But if you need a drinking buddy, apparently, he's your guy.
Like, it sounds like he didn't even tell her his part that he played within the entire.
I possibly she knew. I don't know.
Because, like, honestly, this is just.
Because, I mean, she's like, she says, in one interview she had done, she's like, she talked to the man she believes was the last one to see her alive. She's like, and he was scared of everything.
Mm.
So I fully believe that was Carl.
Yeah.
And, he really did set himself up to be a suspect.
Yeah.
And
especially like getting combative with.
Yeah, getting, not letting the cops do their job.
Like, he was definitely letting his own personal shit affect that entire thing.
And, I get it. But at the same time, Detective Sang was not in there being like, so you eat pussy.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like, hey, your roommate was murdered.
What happened?
Is there do you know anything? Anybody that would, right. And the sad, stupid fact about this is Mosley left his house that night while his wife and kids were sleeping to go out and find someone to attack.
Damn. Sorry, my
You're
ears
fine.
are like really itchy.
Kitty was driving home from work and sitting at a red light. He looked over, he saw her and said, "That's the one."
So it was really just like,
random.
Like bad.
Somebody was going to die.
And it was just bad fucking timing.
She was at the right place at the wrong time. Or the wrong place at the right time. However you want to look at it. Because
wrong place,
she's
wrong
like,
time.
Right. She's going home. You know. And as a woman, you should be able to go home and be safe.
Yeah.
You know, you should be able to exist and be safe. And that is, unfortunately,
Not the case.
not the case. And the fact that I have had to teach my daughters very specific habits. And to the point, I don't like to have to yell at my kids. If I do end up yelling at them, it's usually because I've just kind of I'm overstimulated. I have yelled at my children in the car because I'm trying to get both of them into the car, doors shut, load whatever I've got to load into the back, and then get myself into the vehicle safely without incidents happening. And my kids, for the longest time, especially when they were tiny, old enough to buckle themselves and shut their doors, but still tiny enough like you could pick both of them up and run if you had to. They would leave the door open and be like fucking around with their toys, whatever they got at the store. And I'm literally having to yell at them, shut your fucking door. And, getting them going over, shutting their doors.
Locking it.
Put your seatbelt on. Shut your door, put your seatbelt on, then fuck with whatever you got. And I would sit there in the parking lot of the fucking Dollar General and yell at my kids because I needed them to remember that. You're girls. You cannot afford to not be aware.
Yeah.
And I had to do it multiple times with the little one. Literally, like I told her, I was like, all right, go get in the car. And the little shit's standing next to the closed door, twirling and dancing. And there's a white minivan next to us with somebody sitting inside.
Could have easily
snatched my kid. I walked over because she was about 5. I opened her door, threw her ass in, and shut the door. Loaded my groceries. Hit the lock button to lock all of the doors so I could put my cart up. Because it was on the other side where I was parked. And even if I'm going to be 5 foot away, I'm locking the doors with my kids in there. I come back, I get in, or actually I stop, buckle her up because she's in the booster seat and all of that. I get in and I laid into her ass. And I was like, do you see that van next to us? Do you see the man sitting in it? He could have reached out and snatched you. I tell you to get in the car, get in the car. This is the shit I have to teach my daughters. This is the shit everybody has to teach their daughters. And Mike doesn't get it because I will literally talk to a crackhead in front of a gas station. But I don't feel threatened by them.
And also, then again, you're an adult.
It's genuinely, I don't feel threatened by them. They're not after me for anything. Maybe a couple bucks. And if I'm like, dude, sorry, I ain't got the cash.
Pretty much gonna leave you alone.
They're gonna leave me alone. No, not a problem, baby girl. Whatever. You need a good confidence boost. You having a bad day? Go down to the corner store that's got the crackhead. They gonna make you feel great. Okay? I have no problem with that. But now, a white man that won't leave me alone. Whole different story.
Yeah.
I have been followed out to my car. I have walked into a store, somebody walking out. I'm in there doing my shopping. Back when Walmart was open 24 hours. Doing my shopping. And I see this guy that passed me walking out as I walked in the store. And I'm like, all right, he forgot some shit. Whatever.
But you keep on seeing him.
Kept seeing him. I go to the register, I pay for my stuff. I go out, I get in my car that I was driving at the time, and I lock the door. Windows are rolled up. I literally pull out my phone, and I called one of my guy friends because I knew he was awake. And I was actually calling him to bullshit about something. And next thing you know, this man is tapping on my driver's side window. So
no.
I cracked my window and I was like, yeah. And he was like, hey, can I get your number? Sorry, I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. All right, well, can I get a cigarette? Sure, here's a cigarette. Leave. I was 19. My mom didn't know I was at the store. Nobody knew where the fuck I was. I literally called that friend just to bullshit. And then I was like, hey, you heard all of that, right? I'm driving home. I will text you when I get home.
Yeah.
If I do not text you in the next 5-10 minutes, come looking for my ass, But that shit, we shouldn't have to teach our kids that.
We really shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
But we have to.
And, I mean, at one point, Mike was actively considering putting a GPS tracker on the little one when she started school. He thought about it hard. And I think she had been in kindergarten for a couple of months. And we were talking about it because she would get off the bus and go into the school. And he was like, don't they walk you to class? And she's like, no. He's like, what do you mean they don't? I was like, she gets off the bus and she walks to her classroom. He's like, but she's still little. Like, they don't take the kindergarten. No. He was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, Michael.
Like, I didn't really have to deal with that because when I was in kindergarten, I was also at a daycare as well.
Well, that was during that time as he was working second shift at his job. So he was home, in the mornings. He didn't have to go in until, the afternoon. So he would put her on the bus in the morning. And then she would do after school care.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I tell you I have seen some shit and I have been through some shit. And my kids still being so fucking oblivious kills me. Because even Mike, now that it's me and 2 daughters, like he is on point every time. In between me and him and our RBF, you're not getting to our fucking kids. We will literally put them between us. He's going to lead the charge and I'm fucking backing him up. So. But yeah, that is just another fucking sad statement on the existence
of humanity. Yeah.
Okay, on this one, I beat you. I hit it twice. Fuck you.
Bitch.
Fuck you. You totally hit it 3 times the last one.
No, it was only twice.
You hit it 3 times.
No, it was twice.
I will go to the video.
Go to the fucking video.
We'll make Mike do it. All right.
I already told him he had to do it. No.
So, he and I are going to continue this argument because we are still on our fuck shit.
We are.
From 3 hours ago.
I might have been sound like that's the thing. Like we can't really joke.
You can't joke about
true crime. Yeah, we could have.
I mean, I'm gonna talk some major shit about some of the players.
Yeah, but like,
fuck Carl.
Fuck Carl. Fuck his little pussy ass bitch. Like, no, like as a gay man myself, like,
but I mean, I'm also. Like, the time period, though. Like, there's a lot of factors in it. But I still hate him.
No.
I still hate him.
No, I fully understand. No, but, like, sitting there while watching like, actively listening and seeing your friend get raped and murdered, but
not doing anything?
Like, as you said...
I'm sorry, sir. You were in your home. I know you got at least 1 kitchen knife, a skillet. You're a gay man, so there's probably some awesome fucking heavy-ass mid-century modern decor you could have used.
Yeah. Like, go out there.
The man ran away because somebody yelled, let the girl alone. You could have come out that door...
with a knife.
With a knife or a fucking skillet. Anything can be a weapon.
Anything can be a weapon.
And I've literally, like, told friends, like, if you were in a situation, like, if you're loading groceries, 1, get your kids in the cars first. Fuck the groceries. Make sure your babies are good.
Yeah.
And if somebody's watching you or somebody approaches you and tries to do anything, you grab that gallon of milk upside the fucking head. That's 8 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, you grab the bag of canned goods.
You
Bebop-a-loop upside the head.
Nah, I'll be out there dual wielding like grocery bags. Just,
Right. If my luck, it'd be the time that I got the bags that ripped.
No, like you're going to swing, it just falls. Man.
Like, beat a motherfucker with a bag of oranges, something.
Something. Yeah.
You know. Maybe I'm the problem. I don't think I am. But
I mean,
I have a problem.
Your child did throw an empty milk.
And carrots. She threw milk cartons and carrots.
And
Because he was annoying her. I'm like, the funniest part is that like 2-3 weeks later, I was going through that child's backpack and found an empty milk carton. I was like, what are you doing? Stocking up on ammo? No, I just put it in there when it was done. I found a big ass rock in there. I was like, no, we're not throwing rocks. But at the same time, if something were to go down and I needed backup, that's my kid that's going to go find a brick and rock your jaw.
Yeah.
Because she's scrappy.
But yeah, so.
All right. That's our nightmare. So if you enjoyed this and enjoy us.
You can follow us on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Fail Nightmares Podcast. You can also see us on our website, failnightmares.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also email us at failnightmarespodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Wow, I was able to get all three.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
Feral Nightmares. So.
Wow, I was actually surprised I was able to get through all of them.
You did all of them. I'm very impressed. Good job.
Yeah.
Yay!
This is never going to happen again.
It won't. We're so tired.
We are exhausted.
All right. So, that being said, please like, subscribe, follow, review, help us
grow. Like, send us to anyone you think
I mean, we're super excited because we had like 80 downloads.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That was before the new episode dropped.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
We still need to check out
We got to look at that again. We'll make
And also, what's the word for it?
What?
Like.
International?
Yeah, we're international.
We've added some more countries.
Wait, really? Which ones?
Poland. And I think Germany. Not 100%. I'll have to go back.
I mean, like...
Hang on, let me look at the picture I sent you.
But yeah, we're fucking international. I am fucking psyched.
Like, we are... Like, honestly, we're kind of ridiculous. Yeah, United States, Canada, France, Poland, Germany, and the United Kingdom.
Nice.
We have 3 Canadian listeners.
What up, Canada?
2 in France.
What's up, France?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
1 in Poland, 1 in Germany, and 1 in the UK.
Okay, I don't know, like, the greetings for...
Guten Tag?
Guten Tag?
That's German.
I don't know.
Polish, no clue.
England? What's up, mate?
Great.
Okay, don't hate me for that one.
Don't hate us. We're from the South.
We're from the South.
But yeah, North America, 93%.
Yeah.
Of our listeners are North American. We've got like 65 downloads from the United States.
Nice.
Like, and here's the thing, because we're ridiculous, but I think when we set our original goal, we were like, we'll be happy if we have like 50 downloads in 6 months. So
yeah, so like we're growing actually faster
than we thought. And because it hasn't even been a month.
It hasn't, yeah. I mean, it'll be a month like in
August 3rd.
Yeah, and that's like 2 weeks.
Week after next.
Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, fuck yeah.
You know. So, yeah. We are...
Like, go us.
Right?
But yeah, so...
All right. Well, it's nap time.
It's nap time. So...
Sweet dreams.
And fail nightmares.
Bye.
Bye.